Hello, my name's Brad Sparley from Greenclean, and today we have Sabine. Sabine, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yep, sure thing. Good morning or hi everyone. My name's Sabine Gabauer. I'm the latest volunteer at Greenclean and super excited to be here and I also do astrological work and somatic work and I'm very happy to be here with you today, Brad. Thank you.
Yeah, so no worries. So, Sabine, you've studied Wilhelm Reich, have you?
I have been, yeah. And it's sort of no surprise, really, because he's a fellow countryman of mine, Wilhem Reich from Austria. And also, years ago, I came across Wilhelm, but it wasn't until about actually 4 years ago when I lived in Tasmania that I got into Wilhelm's work and his teachings and totally enthused. And since then, I've been looking for fellow Orgone travelers, and that's how I found you.
Yeah, so recently we started working together. Sabine wanted to volunteer her time for the greater cause of what we're doing, which is all about restoring nature and structuring the water, sending orgone out to the atmosphere to help with the weather and generate more rain when needed and more clear blue skies, and to also help normalize the geoengineering. So you recently attended the workshop up in Northern Rivers where you built your own harmonizer. And
hmm
tell us what you got from that once you installed the harmonizer on your land.
Yeah, thank you. So the workshop was great. We were a beautiful group of people, hands-on, creating, and it was so beautiful to create it myself, to really, put my hands in and also setting intentions. I find it's really important with the whole work to have intentions to work with nature spirits in the creation already, and then also in the setup. And so since I've put the harmonizer on the land where I live, it's about a 20-acre property where I'm renting beautiful land. And we are very exposed to severe weather here, winds and rain. And we've been copying it a lot in this, particularly in the area where I live and the whole Shire. So I've installed the harmonizer about 5 weeks ago and in a beautiful ceremony with a neighbor. And since then I've been really feeling, I visit my harmonizer every day and I really feel the warmth. There is warmth it's like, it's like a pulse. I feel like it's a pulse coming from the harmonizer, and I can feel it in my body. There is warmth. There is even my neighbor. She didn't even know that we installed it actually, and she said, I've been feeling really balanced lately." And another neighbor of mine commented that, she feels greater harmony, and we've also noticed. So we since then we've had some actually quite some severe weather coming through, and usually it doesn't take much for a power outage where I am. But this time, like, we had really heavy gusty winds, but we had no cutouts, nothing. And also everything feels really, there is a smoothness in the air. There is just it just feels really very harmonious. And also, I've been watching a bit of wildlife around it too, and one or other bird landing and having a little sip out of the bucket. And so it's been really a beautiful experience there for everyone on the land.
Yeah, that's
Mm,
yeah. Most
yeah.
people have similar feedback where just an all-round feeling of more harmony, more flow as well, like more maybe like a subtle breeze that wasn't there before, which also allows the stagnation and the geoengineering to pass along. So I find
Mm,
it's like the clouds and the wind tend to move along what could be stagnant, and then by doing so, more of natural weather comes in and just a better energy all around. So
mm,
while we're on this topic, let's speak about
yeah.
orgone and what you've learnt about what exactly orgone is. So
Mm,
this is all about orgone here on the slide, but if we go back up to the top,
yeah. Yep. Yep.
and then we'll sort of
Mm,
get your explanation of
Yeah, that sounds
From
good.
what you studied, what exactly is orgone? Can we help people understand more of this? Because, initially when I got
Mm,
into this work a couple years ago, um, I wasn't as clear as I am today about what it truly is, and it's actual science that's been sort of shamed and ridiculed back in the day when they did what
mm,
they did to Wilhelm. So I think most people think it's a bit woo-woo because of the agenda that they tried to execute with Wilhelm was
mm,
basically trying to destroy his work, make him out to be someone he wasn't. And by doing so,
mm.
they kind of did a pretty good job at making it like it wasn't science, but it actually is science.
Yes.
Yeah, how can you comment on that, Sabine?
Well, so orgone energy, it's also interesting. May I go back a little bit about how the word orgone even came together? Because with Wilhelm, he was very big as a psychoanalyst, and he was working with. It's actually interesting how the word orgone also came together. Actually, the word orgasm and organism coming together, which is interesting that because Wilhelm did work with what he called orgasm theory, and yeah, I find it very. I love his work because whatever happens in our physical body is also happening in the cosmos, in the atmosphere. So I feel like also our physical existence, it's about drawing in that life energy. And that's what Wilhelm really worked with as a psychoanalyst, with that the energy that is pulsating in us as a as a life force itself within the organism and also every living being in nature. And so, yeah, so the orgone came together as such as that pulsating life force energy, like a cosmic life energy. And it's a form that is free in the atmosphere, that can be, yeah, that is in every living being. It's in the water. It's like a flow of energy that is moving. Also, it was explained as an energy that's moving from west to east, which I find also very interesting. And it rotates a little bit faster than the Earth's rotation. So um, and through that, um, there is a streaming flow, and it's also referred to as the ether or the plasma. The cosmic plasma or ether is referred to as a scientific term as well. And I feel the controversy, of course, is about something that can't be seen in that sense, so that people couldn't make sense of what is this life energy, or some also refer to as chi or prana.
Mm,
We could say that as well, like it's the cosmic in-breath and out-breath. It's always to do with something that is expanding and then it's contracting, constricting. And again, I feel it's the pulse of life energy that we can draw in, that is a healthy flow. And as we were just talking about the weather, when we have that, when we can harvest that orgone energy through a balanced way and through the harmony with nature itself, there is something, yeah, we can, yeah, as we were just talking, alternate weather conditions, or yeah, create that harmony within the cosmos, within the atmosphere, as well as inside. So it's a flow, it's like a spiraling movement that goes outer and back inside. And that's also where I feel Reich, he was so big on that, that people would develop illnesses and imbalances in the body if that life force energy was somehow stagnant. And I feel like with the whole work, it just really helps to bring flow into what's stagnant. And the universe always has that, yeah, that expansive and contractive energy that is life itself.
mm.
I may not have a very scientific explanation for it, and but it's yeah, it's
Well,
that.
yeah, it's such a vast thing that
Yeah.
it really truly is hard to put your exact finger on it. I mean, it's the same with
Mm,
most science. They theorize it, but
mm,
you can't exactly explain it to the detail because there's so much
yeah.
unknown with this spiritual work that we're doing. And
Mm,
it's interesting you said the west to east because we often face our orgone beams to the west, which is
mm-hmm.
generally where the weather comes from.
Yeah.
Urs Wurst from Germany, who got us into this work, he always said he likes to face the orgone beam, which is this one, um,
Mm-hmm.
slightly above the treetops to the west. That way
Yep.
it can generate the clouds required to bring rain. Now, on that topic, yeah, we're not bringing, some people say, oh, we don't need any more rain. Well, that's not exactly what it's doing. It's bringing what's required for the area. So
Mm,
if there's too much rain, then it'll kind of balance it out. It'll normalize it, so it'll be less heavy or less torrential, but maybe
mm,
more regular, but lighter. Um, and then there's the aspect if there is not enough rain, it will bring more rain. So it's sort of all about what nature's required,
yeah.
what's required for nature.
Mm,
And then I guess another thing was I was thinking earlier, like, would you say that orgone energy existed prior to life on Earth? Because
mm,
I feel like it's what essentially makes up a lot of our reality.
yes. Yeah, that's a really good question. I like that. I believe it existed prior. Well, actually, what I believe is because orgone energy is a primordial energy,
Mm.
it's really where everything births itself into existence. Every
Exactly.
live,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's always been here, and
Mm.
it's. I feel like it's helped us to evolve to really feel that zest of life and so on every level in this human form in our bodies inside as a spiritual being we are always expanding and we are really I feel excavating that energy and the more I think the more we can be in our inner harmony the more we can excavate the beauty of that energy bringing greater healing awareness and vice versa. And I feel like that's how nature should really work. It's a giving, a receiving, and there is this nature's principles are in that divine flow. And I feel that's what our work here and doing, creating harmony stations and the water structuring devices, what we are really, yeah, helping with and to bring that primordial energy in its rawness and in its beauty
Mm.
back to where it needs to be.
I
Mm.
agree. And as I speak about what's currently going on, could you just widen up that screen a bit so you can see the
Mm.
rest of the text, and then we'll go to the next page. Next.
Mm.
So yeah, there we go. We can see that now.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, like I feel and I believe based on a lot of research as well, is what's happening is now there's a bit of a war on light, and
Mm.
they're essentially blocking the sun to stop us from receiving the downloads and energy from the sun, but also impacting our weather, which plays a part in our mood. Like, how do you feel on a beautiful sunny day of blue sky versus
Mm.
a day with haze and nothing's moving and those trails in the sky? It plays a big role in our psychology and our mind, but
Yeah.
also energetically stopping us from the solar flares that are happening at the moment. They're off the scale. And then
Yes.
there's also the aspect of bringing more rain to areas, flooding them out or drying them out, which impacts the farming industry, which allows
Mm.
them then to take over the farming industry. So
Yeah.
really at Greenclean, what we're moving into is sort of like a one-stop shop for empowering people to regenerate their land and to have
Hmm.
more harmony and more abundance on their land. So by doing that, the first thing we would do would be to set up the harmony stations, as you can see here on the picture. These are the traditional cloud generators by Wilhelm Reich. So this is on the principle of the accumulator. So the organic, non-organic layers, and drawing in the orgone, building it up, sending it back out in a torus field. So this is promoting more natural weather in the area, more rain, the energy that you described earlier. But then also, we're now stepping into the structuring of water. So these ones here go on your tap or your shower or your garden, and they will structure the tap water as it comes out, which is really good for the plants, for the animals, for the human body. This one here in particular is for a portable one for drinking water. So you just pour the water through there, it does the vortexing, structures the water, and then you can drink the water.
Mm.
So I've been drinking this water recently, and I feel like it's because it's targeting instead of like the body having to structure the water as you drink it, it's already structured. So it goes straight to your cells, straight to your toxins, and eliminates the toxins and rejuvenates the cells. So you get more energy. Um, you get to detox quicker. You can see it coming out in your pee, for example. So anyway, that's one aspect of what we're doing. We've got the balls here, which are for the creeks to help the creeks the water resonate properly. So then the creeks can help generate clouds and eliminate its own pollution. And then we also got the orgone beams, which I mentioned earlier. And then as soon we're going to be getting into uh, beyond organic fertilizer for the plants and for the garden, for the veggies, for the fruit trees, for the grass, because I felt like we are already helping the weather, or helping the water. But what about all this effect that the spraying's having, all the
Mm.
pollution and so on? You can hear lots of people talking about their veggies not being the same. They're having trouble yielding as much, veggies and fruit. So I wanted to introduce something that will allow the whole farm to flourish again. So yeah, watch this space for that. We're going to be doing that soon. But yeah, back to the orgone again
Mm.
here on this slide. Can we go to the next slide?
Mm. Yep, sure thing. Yeah. Do we
All
want
right.
to talk?
Yeah, so
Yeah, cloud busting. It's a thing.
it is. So this is the traditional cloud buster from Wilhelm Reich. He
Mm.
he it's like a big series of copper tubes set up to some running water. And the reason why he used the running water is because it would build up so much plus polarization, which had to be grounded. So the flowing water would move away any excess energy that this system would build up. And he'd also move it around in the sky. So you would basically punch holes in the sky with the orgone and allow the clouds
Mm.
to come in or the clouds to go out. And by doing so, you'd move it around and he could bring rain and stop rain and all that sort of stuff. So
Mm.
these days, people are getting these cloud busters. They're like straight up, they're sitting in a big bucket of resin. They're not
Mm.
connected to running water. They're in the toxic resin with the
Mm.
metal shavings. They build up all this energy and then it has nowhere to go. So it starts to go out. And by doing so, it affects the user, the person who's close to it will get more fatigue, they'll age, they'll have
Mm.
all sorts of issues manifesting in their life because of this deadly orgone radiation that it's putting off. So I almost feel like been this recipe that's online, which a lot of people
Mm.
are using to make their own cloud buster. And these
Mm-hmm.
people initially have a good intention to help the weather, but they're not knowing that what it's sitting in doesn't allow the energy to release. So it initially will work above. They'll say, "Oh, great! Look at the blue sky." But then after, say, a week or two, you can get stuff like hail, drought, um, What else?
mm,
Yeah, stagnation, and yeah, so the door is really draining for the body and for the environment. So it's,
mm.
I must say, yeah, it's important that people do a bit more research into Work's, Wilhelm Reich's work. So we've got this book here. It's
Mm.
the Orgone Accumulator Handbook, and you had some books there too.
Yeah, yeah. So I've also given, we have a book reference for you guys as well. So where we've got our information from. And yeah, I'm fortunate to have some of Wilhelm's older books, which is fantastic, like the Orgone Reich and Eros. Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
love,
haven't
yeah,
seen that.
yeah.
Who's that one written by?
It's written by Edward Mann.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah. And then I have Wilhelm Reich, The Evolution of His Work.
Oh yeah, that one's by
Yeah, but
who?
sorry, David Bodella.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then also the one that goes very much into the cloud busting is Selected Writings by Wilhelm Reich.
Is that the one that you just
Mm.
referenced the diagram, the drawing there?
That's right. That's where I've been referencing the cloud busting diagrams, the making of clouds to increase the ore potential and the destruction of clouds to decrease
Mm,
or potential. And yeah, and I really feel like also what you just said with other devices, because what I love about the harmony stations, we are yeah using the water, we are filling up the bucket with water when you set it up, so it's really it's a life force energy that we are already implementing, and also with Reich's work, like the orgone is, we can draw in orgone energy through the water and through the organic materials. That's how we attract energy through organic materials. And then also we have metallic materials to radiate that energy. Because that was going back to your book that you shared with the orgone accumulator handbook, where because Reich he started building orgone accumulator boxes in around 1940 when he moved to America in 39 and lived in New York. And then he started, yeah, that whole orgone work became really profound. And he started making those orgone accumulator boxes for people for greater healing. And they came to him, and people could sit in that box, and they were layered out with organic material and inorganic or metal material to want to attract the energy, the orgone energy, and then to take it into then move that energy into the center, and people started feeling that a greater harmony, the dissolving of certain diseases, and more of a yeah an organic flow of life again.
mm,
And yeah, so that's yeah the principle how it all works. And also when we're thinking about ourselves, to what percentage we are made out of water, and for Greenclean to introduce the water structuring devices. So actually when we put the structured water inside of us, which resonates with the water that is naturally inside of us. And yeah, I mean, and how much less energy we will need to, yeah, convert. Um, yeah,
exactly,
yeah. So,
100%.
so
So
yeah.
I and even in this book, this organic
Mm,
book, it will tell you what materials to use and what not to use. And
mm,
and basically it says not to use the materials that people are using with these cloud busters in the bucket and in the
mm,
because it's yeah, it's just trapping the energy. So the good thing
mm,
about the nature harmony stations is it's not just the traditional Wilhelm Reich organic, non-organic. There are minerals which really resonate with the earth. So we've got some really high energy minerals, and also Agnihotra and the
mm,
universal chip inside in contact with the pole to ground any excess energy. And all this does is it makes it a very safe system that works all the time, but
yeah.
also resonating more with nature. So it's kind of evolved a bit from Wilhelm's work. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
take this opportunity to, yeah, to pay respects to him because really what we're doing is carrying on what he discovered.
Mm,
And Didn't even Einstein have experience
Yeah.
with Wilhelm's work?
Yeah, that's right. The two caught up. It's so fascinating because really, I feel like for a long time we haven't heard much about Wilhelm Reich and the profundity of his work. But
Hmm.
he was a student of Freud's and then took Freud's, yeah, psychoanalytical notions a lot further into somatic work and working with body armors and characterology. And then also, yeah, during the times of his work, he met with Einstein, and Einstein actually, that was, of course, in America. Yeah, they met in America. And when Wilhelm started making those orgone accumulator boxes, and Einstein sort of tested that orgone energy and approved of it, that yeah, I think yeah, maybe who knows what maybe he was a bit jealous even of Reich or something. I don't know. But yeah, so Einstein gave him the tick as well. So that means something, right?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like
Mm,
Wilhelm is up there with Tesla. He's up there
mm,
with Tesla. He's up there with Einstein. Also, what's the Steiner? The didn't they
yeah.
meet as well? Wilhelm and the
Yeah, Rudolf Steiner, yeah,
yeah,
another Austrian who was yeah, such a genius as well. And
yeah.
yeah, who was
Um,
into yeah, bioenergetics and yeah.
yeah, I feel like Wilhelm didn't really get the recognition that Tesla and
No.
Einstein or Rudolf Steiner got because he
Mm,
was way ahead of their agenda at the time, you know? Um,
yeah.
he was really talking about stuff and proving stuff that was nowhere where they wanted to go in terms of their agenda. And
Exactly.
yeah, that's why he got so, shamed and
Mm.
ridiculed, and it's kind of sad what happened to him.
Ah, very much.
Apparently, his words were saying that he was 50 years ahead of his time.
Mm,
If you fast track from when he passed to now, it's
yeah.
more than 50 years, but
Mm,
it's almost like the time when Earth started to get his work out there again. And
yeah.
I think what's happening now is there's so many people doing so many good things,
Mm,
bringing back this old free energy,
yeah.
all this old tech that's now becoming, essentially new again, and people are starting to learn about our true nature.
Yeah.
And then what's happening now is so many people are doing it that they can't, the forces that be, the powers that be, that they can't, keep up with the change that's happening. Now's
Mm,
the time. Now's the time where we're going through this shift, this evolutionary shift, and the energy supported for this type of work that us and many others are doing. And it's nice
mm,
to be doing that. It's kind of like I would call it like the New Earth movement.
yeah.
Um,
Beautiful.
so yeah, I mean that sort of plays out when you do your readings and stuff, your astrology work. Is that a common theme that's happening, or?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because I was just busting to say something astrological. Because yeah, I so resonate astrologically with really bringing ancient techniques and old technologies that are coming out now that we are, as you say, like I feel like the same with astrology. It's sort of an ancient technique for the modern mystic in a way. So there's
Mm,
this old finding new ways of expression. And yeah, and it's very much aligned astrologically. Like only about a week ago, we had the planet Uranus, which is about technology, revolution, bringing something rather unique, something that's sort of a bit unheard of, a bit of a forerunner kind of energy. So it could come with a bit of skepticism or something. Whoa, we never heard about that. So, but now is the time to bring in those technologies that are are for the benevolence of this of us humans, and that are promoting life itself, that are helping nature, that are helping our bodies for to really live in the world that we came here for and that we were all hoping to create together. And I
Mm.
feel that's where this work is so important, and also to, yeah, to share with others, and very, very aligned. I love it.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm,
I mean, let's face it, if we don't do something about it, then
mm,
the way the world's heading is not a place that we're all gonna want to be in, really, because like
yeah.
we spoke at Byron Bay. We had a talk about what we're doing after a talk about
Mm,
all these solar farms happening and all the wind turbines going up. And these guys have got plans for five big, huge plants of these free energy that will not no sorry
mm,
sustainable energy. But the impact that has on the environment is so bad. There's already farmers
mm,
coming forward about the areas they live in where they've already done this and the effect that it's
mm,
had on wildlife and the weather
mm.
and the frequency and the energy of all these plants. It's going to cause mass destruction, and there has to be a alternative solution which is sort of aligned with what we're talking about today. So
Yeah.
I feel like if nothing gets done, if people don't start to think about solutions
Yeah.
and actually bring them into the physical, there's one thing, thinking about a solution, but the next thing is doing it. And,
Yeah.
and if that doesn't happen, then the timeline that we could potentially go down is not going to be good for humanity. So
Mm,
this is how it started for me. I got sick and tired of looking up in the sky, seeing what was happening, and I felt so helpless, but aware of it. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm aware of it, there must be something I can do about it because there has to be something done about it, you know? So that's why I started doing my research into what could I do
mm,
to help. And then I came across Urz's work with the Nature Harmony stations, and I started it from absolutely nothing. And now it's been almost 2 years, and the organic movement that's come from it, it's amazing. And meeting people like yourself and Russell, is just everyone came out of the woodwork to sort of work together, and a lot of elderly women that want to really give back to the land and just to do something positive. It's amazing. All these people
mm,
have lived a pretty full life, and then now they finally want to do something in a positive way to restore nature and make a change, because it's up to us here now what we do in order for where it's going as a collective. So
mm.
it's very important work, and it's also very exciting to be a part of it, isn't it?
Ah, totally. I'm super thrilled. And yeah, thanks for sharing your story, because I really feel that too. I feel once we are acting on something, because as you say, it's one thing about thinking or, oh, something should be done, but
Mm.
we are the ones that we've been waiting for. So we are the
That's
ones to
right.
make the change. And once we do, it's incredible the people we attract, and it's really like an organic flow of things.
Mm.
And
Organic,
it
that's
it just
right.
it just happens, man.
It does.
So
Yeah.
it's good. Mm,
Time to get organized.
exactly.
And
We got this. Mm.
so we got any more slides there just to run through? We're going to keep it super
Yeah,
punchy with this podcast, keep it down to an hour just so people
yeah, yeah, yeah,
can stay energized.
yeah, yeah. That's right. We don't overwhelm, but yeah. So we've put some slides together, and we can also share the slides if anyone's interested. We can send them out, of course. And yeah, and also I find like about Wilhelm Reich's life, it's incredible the work that he did in that time. He died at age 60 in prison. Of course, he was taken by the FDA and imprisoned for his work and everything, his books and everything was burned, and of course, obviously, information survived. But I feel like, I mean, his life was very traumatic, like growing up on a farm. So he was working really hard on a farm in actually he grew up in the Austrian-Hungarian part, which is now Ukraine. And so also his father, very harsh man. His mother committed suicide, and then his father died. Then he went into the army, First World War. And then still coming out of that, I mean, he was so young. He was only like whatever, 17, 19, between, yeah, 17, 18 of age. And then he went to Vienna, started studying. He did a year of law, didn't like that. And then he did, yeah, in 4 years, he did his medical degree and become a medical doctor. And so it's incredible his work, despite all that harshness of life that he went through and all the traumatic experiences. But he was so committed, and a really, I mean, deep reverence of his work and everything, to be so determined to keep on going and taking Freud's work further and he started the working with the whole person as a characterology, looking at someone's whole, how we hold ourselves, how we he called it body armoring, what he was working with people, looking at where there is a stagnant energy. And that took him then to developing the orgone energy, because he could see it in people that we are stagnant. We get sick because of developing neurosis due to, let's say, early childhood traumas. And because of those early traumas and conditionings, we put on an armor, something that protects us. And he called it body armoring. And that's where, so he took then the Freudian work a lot further into not just the psychoanalytically, but also working with people physically, somatically, and doing different exercises. And for example, like with my studies, I'm studying body psychotherapy based on the teachings of Wilhem Reich and then later on John Pierakos, where there is like the Reichian breath work. So he developed a lot of trauma release exercises and a lot to do with breathing. And I also feel like the orgone energy, it is the breath of life, really.
Mm.
And so also, for example, a lot of Reichian breath work. So it's good I can just show
Yeah,
one
let's
breath
do
that,
it. Yeah.
so there's, for example, like it's called staccato breathing, where so you stand up, and then it's actually, instead of one breath, we take three little breaths, like
Through the nose.
through the nose. Yes, always important. Yeah, through the nose. Yes, in that case. So it's like there is also an opening of the heart, as we can see, and that's what he was working with. So we are really taking in a lot of breath in that way, and then we expanding the heart, and it calms the nervous system at the same time. And I feel that's the same with the orgone energy. It's like the pulse of life. We are like an in-breath, we are expanding, and then there's the contraction. And I feel it's the same with universal cosmic energy that is flowing in and out, and we're expanding, contracting. And also with his work, the breathing helps to regulate the nervous system, which sort of immediately, and we can do it for ourselves. So when we find, we're in a challenging situations, just to do, let's say, 10 breaths like that, we stand up and
And it's
and
out through the mouth, is it? So,
yeah, and out through the mouth. Yes, that's
okay.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's again like a circular motion of breathing. And so I feel that's really, really crucial. And yeah, it really is that breath of life that connects us with the cosmos and brings that harmony and balance into our being, and ultimately also radiates towards everyone around us, what we attract, whom we attract. So what we do for ourselves always benefits our environment as well.
Yeah, no, that's
Mm,
great. Thanks for sharing. Yeah,
mm,
the personal side of his work, not just the weather work that we've been mostly
Yeah.
concentrating on. It's good to get some information about the other stuff that he did. So
Mm.
thank you for that.
Yeah,
And it
you're welcome.
reminded me of I've been breathing through this. This is a
Yeah.
that's structured air. So
Mm.
yeah, you can feel the life force energy with that as well. So that's a
Yeah, beautiful.
good thing that I've been doing. So
Yeah.
I think we should essentially start to
Mm.
put up just so we can
Yeah.
yeah, not overwhelm people. I find this
Yeah.
information can be quite a lot to grasp.
Yes.
Certainly took a long time for it to sink in with me. And
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the most recent workshop there that we had in Northern Rivers. We've got another little small one happening on the 3rd of September, and it's only going to be, say, 7 people. I've already got 2 people lined up for that. I think Sabine, I haven't told you yet, but you'll be running
Yeah.
that workshop.
Sure. I'm in.
And yeah, so the workshops are good because it's a community event. Everyone gets to build a harmonizer. They get to take it home. They get to understand how it works, what it does, and they get to put their own energy into it. I mean, we do sell the kits. They're quite affordable at $600, and you can follow the manual and the video and make it yourself. But I feel like people like to come together and do it together.
Mm.
It seems to work well. So, yeah, we've got another one hopefully brewing in the Kangaroo Valley, as well as the Gippsland workshop, which I think is in August. I'll
Mm.
have to check. But yeah, our Telegram page is the best place to go for that information, and it's called Greenclean NHS Australia and New Zealand. So maybe you could put a link in
Mm.
the video here.
Yeah, we'll do
People,
that.
people can go on there and see when the next workshop is in Gippsland, and I'll tell you right now, it is 27th of September in Gippsland, and then the 3rd of September in Northern Rivers again. So at
Hmm.
the moment, that's all we've got planned for the workshops. However, you can purchase the kits or the built NHS 2.0. We're selling a lot of the built ones already made. And all you got to do is just erect it and install it and do the activation ceremony, which we have a little video online so people can do that. And yeah, we've got the organ beams, we've got the structuring balls. But if someone can't afford any of those things, there's other things that you can do, such as Agnihotra. That's a great practice. So check out agnihotra.com.au. Lee and Fritz, they operate that, and they teach you how to yeah, do the harmonizing practice at
Mm.
home, and that also benefits the environment and is great for the water. Anything else you can think of that people can do to help with all the things that we're talking about? I mean, just their intention alone is very.
Mm. Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's really everything is intention. The small things we do in life, the bigger things, doesn't matter what it is. If we set intentions, whether we light a candle or burn some incense, it's anything that, yeah, where we want, yeah, put the intention in to harmonize, to bring greater balance and healing. Yeah, so and I love, yeah, the Agnihotra is a beautiful way mm,
Yeah, to
to do
harmonize.
it, to harmonize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting this and going to like dams and bodies of water,
Mm.
and I run the water through so it vortexes it. And once you send a little bit of structured water into the rest of the water, it'll inform the rest of the water, and the rest of the water can
Mm.
instantaneously become structured too. So that's kind of how the balls work by pulsing a signal to structure the water. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm still learning about the whole aspect of water and how
Mm.
intelligent it is, and it's essentially consciousness. And yeah, it's a nice journey to be able to work with this with the elements. And yeah, very grateful for you, Sabine, for helping out and doing this podcast today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. I've been super excited about it, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And
Mm,
yeah, I think we'll do another one as we get some more information to teach
yeah,
people. And yeah, thank you for your time, everyone watching this space.
yeah, beautiful. Thanks, everyone. Pleasure.
Thanks. Okay.
Thanks, Brad.
See you
Cheers.
later. Bye bye.
See you later. Bye.